Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today we are going to take a look at why exactly Ainz Ooal Gown had been so shocked that two of his Death Knights were destroyed so suddenly. But before we're going to do so, let me thank my Patreons for supporting this channel. Furthermore, I say thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function who made one-time donations. Now with that said, let's start with the most basic question that the anime hasn't answered. How did Ainz Ooal Gown even know that two of his Death Knights were destroyed? Well, back in the first novel, it had already been established that every single NPC of the Great Tomb of Nazarick was able to sense the Supreme Beings as those to whom they would owe loyalty. That's also how the evil lords guarding the entrance of the Great Tomb of Nazarick were able to tell that Ainz Ooal Gown was the Dark Knight. Secondly, also in the first novel it was established that Ainz felt the connection between himself and the undead that he creates. Specifically, he felt the Death Knight that he created out of the body of the slain member of the Sunlight Scripture. He felt his anger and rage, and correctly identified that his ability of hatred has activated. And this telepathic connection exists between Ainz Ooal Gown and all of his undead. Furthermore, as he created more and more of the undead, the many informations he mentally received from the undead were so annoying and irritating at times that he deactivated this informational link, at least for a time, under normal circumstances. So once the two Death Knights had fallen, it was clear to Ainz that something had gone horribly wrong, for the Death Knights are meant to be a shield. So much so that no matter how strong an attack is, the Death Knight would survive it at least with one single HP left. So therefore, reducing the HP of two Death Knights at the same time in such a close proximity to one another to 0 was an alarming signal for the undead Overlord. And he therefore theorized that the same one that attacked Shaltir, the players Ainz Ooal Gown suspects them to be, and not the Black Scripture that actually carried out the mind control, might be in the Elysian Mountains, and maybe therefore they have allied themselves with the Quagoan tribes, or the Frost Dragons for that matter. So therefore Ainz was very much on edge. That's also why he explained to Shaltir that she shouldn't show her true force to an enemy, because any player of similar strength to Ainz Ooal Gown or the Blood-Red Valkyrie would want nothing more than to extract information about the power of their opponents. That's why Ainz and the other Supreme Beings normally would engage an enemy, learn about his abilities, strengths and weaknesses, and the threat that they pose, and then retreat, all while pretending to be somewhat weaker than them. Then Ainz would prepare his equipment and strategies, and then engage the enemy in a second serious battle, countering the ability of his opponent, and then by revealing his true power in a surprising move, he would win this duel. Now with all of that said, Aura Bellafiora was able to reconstruct what has actually happened during the battle against the Quagoa, thanks to her extremely keen spotting, pathfinding and tracking abilities the Floor Guardian was naturally blessed with. But she couldn't tell Ainz because he was busy lecturing Shaltir. This, by the way, is the second time that Ainz overlooks critical information because of his current occupation. The other time was when Ainz brushed off Entuma, who wanted to inform him that Shaltir had betrayed Nazarick, or rather that she was mind-controlled, because Ainz back then was busy at being Momon the Adventurer. Now all of this will lead to some interesting misunderstandings, because Aura, who actually knows what has happened, wouldn't know why Ainz didn't simply tell Shaltir what has happened. Because Aura assumes that Ainz Ooal Gown, the last remaining and leader of the Supreme Beings, must know what has happened, because she, as well as the other Floor Guardians, thinks of Ainz Ooal Gown as infallible. Now without stating them to Ainz, both Aura and Shaltir will draw some false conclusions from all of this, while Ainz Ooal Gown, as usual, is pretty much oblivious to the things going on between the Floor Guardians. Now lastly, you might ask yourself why fall damage was able to kill the two Death Knights, who can resist any attack, no matter how strong. Shouldn't they therefore be able to survive a single fall and a single contact with the ground, no matter how high? And the answer is pretty much yes, but skeletons are very weak to crushing damage, and I doubt that the chasm was just a straight line down to the bottom. Therefore the Death Knights will likely have hit many rocks before they even reach the ground. Picture this like the iconic scene from The Simpsons, where Homer falls down the chasm as well. And with that said, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Duckwagon, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Phil Ralshivan, Guy with Dead Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Hustler, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Mervek, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantum, Personage, Primus 11, Q Naker Cos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc War Boss, Rocket Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Vanisher Fanatic, Wilhelm, and Zonegon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.